Hey y'all, good to see you again here on the channel. Got a beautiful late summer afternoon. I'm riding around to the big garden today. Dad's been working his butt off on the tractor for the past day or two to get all the old grass and old plants pushed out of the way. And then he might be, as we speak, tilling up the garden with the roto plow. So just to incorporate all the soil back together and just clean it up, make it nice and pretty for planting. But, you know, as I told you guys before, the big garden, it was kind of a bust this summer with the amount of rain we've had and the lack of time that I've had to devote to it. You know, the harvest wasn't that great, and it just was kind of a failure, just to be honest with you. But we're in late August, as I stated, and we're going to try to get ready for a fall garden here, do some collards and mustard greens and turnip greens, a lot of brassicas and things like that. So I actually hear Dad coming now on the tractor, so I better get out of the way. But we're going to do something else that's kind of new and interesting today. On the back of the golf cart here, I've got a couple of bags of corn gluten, and I saw this on a gardening show not too long ago where they're using corn gluten as a natural pre-emergent herbicide. So hopefully this stuff will work. Now Dad, okay, let me back up. So a pre-emergent usually controls seed germination and plant development, and that's exactly what's going to happen in this case. Supposedly the corn gluten, and I forget exactly how it works, but it's through like an amino acids, it prevents root development on seedlings. So that being said, we're only going to do half the garden because Dad wants to plant his turnips via seed in one half. So this will be a good experiment to see if this stuff actually works, but it's all natural, which I'm excited about because I don't like putting any harsh chemicals in the garden because, well, we're going to eat that food. So this is going to be a neat experiment. Let's go get with Dad, see what stage he's at, and then maybe we can get this stuff spread out. And man, the only thing I don't like about this time of year is the sand flies and biting flies are out. And just that little bit of time sitting there talking to you guys, man, they were jumping all over me. So I'm looking forward to some cooler days, not looking forward to winter, but you know, what are you going to do? But some cooler fall time temperatures will be nice. I'm ready to wear some hoodies and have the nice cool breeze come through, and it'll be much more pleasant working in the garden than it is now because, man, it has been just crazy hot lately, triple digits, and I'm getting kind of tired of it. And something, I'm going to assume a raccoon, has got into this bag, and I just dumped it all over the back of the golf cart. These raccoons are about to drive me crazy this year, y'all. But anyway, you can see this is really meant for a lawn, but I want to try it in the garden just to see if it'll work. So it's corn gluten weed preventer plus lawn food. So it's got a little bit of nitrogen in it. You see it's a 1002. Prevents crabgrass and other weeds while feeding your lawn. And it looks like we've got 85% actual corn gluten meal, 15% inert. And let's just look a little bit on the back. So it says Jonathan Green Corn Gluten Weed Preventer Plus Lawn Proof prevents crabgrass, dandelions, and other broadleaf weeds from growing while feeding your lawn. Apply in early spring before target weeds germinate. For improved weed control and greening, apply up to 4 times a year in early and late spring, early and late fall. Weed control provided by this product is directly related to the proper application rate, but will vary somewhat depending on weather, weed pressure, turfgrass competitiveness, and the user's location. Based on the nature of this product, it may take a few seasons to control severe weed populations. This product provides pre-emergence control in established turf grasses when applied prior to germination of target weeds. 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Best results water lightly after applying if rain is not in the forecast within 24 hours. Hey, Buddy Roll.
Timothy, yeah.
How are you?
Not so good.
Uh-oh, what you done tore up?
And this thing cut with, I think the drive shaft is not as long as it should be.
Yeah?
And if you don't get it just right, it comes off.
Oh, did it come off the actual PTO?
Yeah.
Okay, let me clip this thing somewhere and see if I can help you.
What I want you to do is push up on it. I'm gonna mash the button. And I want you to push up. Come Did it?
No, it didn't. Might have to go backwards a little bit.
May have to hit it.
There it went.
Did it?
Yeah, I heard it click.
Okay, now.
You on there now?
Do it.
Now you on there, Buddy Rowe.
Hey, film him. He's not working.
Hey, why ain't you working?
See, I had it way down, all
Yeah.
the way down, and I need to tilt it back, forward, or either. I think I need to tilt it forward.
Forward
Mhm,
to get the
forward.
tines
Up
closer
here.
to the soil.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead if you want to let it down, and I'll just
Turn
I'll
that.
tighten that up, and that should give you a more forward pitch. It looks good though, man. You've done a good job.
It's gonna really be pretty.
So what you gonna do with these big piles here? Cause you got a lot of dirt in them. You gonna?
They're not in the way.
Yeah.
Right now. We're gonna get them up. I can go down that way and get them up, put them in a truck. Go there, put a truck right there.
Yeah.
Get a front end loader.
Load it up, haul it off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'd be good. Yeah, and so which half, I was just telling the folks, which half of the garden are we going to try the pre-emergence on?
Over here.
On the right side.
Uh-huh.
All right. And you're going to do turnips over here then?
Collards.
Well, the pre-emergence goes down on whichever side you're planting collards.
But you said there's no seeds.
That's right. So if I put it over there and then you plant seeds, and your seeds ain't going to
dry. Plants. Turnips. Collards comes in plants.
I understand that.
So they don't have no seeds.
That's right. So we want to put it on whatever side you're putting collards on.
Okay.
So it'll be this side.
I'm putting the collards over here.
Yep. And you're going to plant seeds over there, so I'm not putting any.
No, I'm going to plant turnips.
Right.
But turnips that's seeds.
Yes. That's why we're not putting it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. We'll lower this thing down and I'll adjust it for you. How much you want?
That'll be enough, really. Let me give it a try, okay?
All right, give that a try, see what it do. So this cultivator here is gear driven. It's got those teeth in there. Once he lets it down, it'll just till that land right up. I've been fussing about all the rain that we've had this year because it has just been one of the wettest summers I've ever seen. But right now we could actually use a little bit. Isn't that the way it always goes? It's either too much or too little. We can't ever be happy as gardeners with the rain amount. But I tell you what, I got a boogie right now because I'm barefoot out here and that soil is some kind of hot. Does a good job right there, y'all. Really just incorporates the top 6 inches or so, mixes everything together, kills all the grass, or chops it up rather. Does a fantastic job for prepping the garden. Got a little bit dusty.
Oh, it's dusty.
We need to turn them, well, we can't turn the sprinklers on, can we? Because we got that busted.
Yes, you can. You can turn that one off.
Oh.
And then we turn them on right there.
Well, we don't necessarily need to right this moment.
Till you plant your crops.
Right. I'm more interested in this stuff here, Dad. I was reading, did you read the back of it?
I ain't touched it.
Yeah, so I was telling the guys, you know, it's all natural. So the corn gluten prevents the seeds from producing roots for crabgrass and stuff like that, but they might affect your, what you gonna plant over there? Your turnips. It might affect your turnips. So that's why we're gonna do it on just this half over here. And so you're gonna do collards and what else on this side?
Well, I don't normally do but 2 rows of collards, and we probably could do the rest of it in turnips over here and don't do nothing over there.
Well,
Because you ain't got nothing to plant till next year over there. Unless you just want to try it out maybe later on in the year. You still plant collards and turnips right on up to frost.
yeah, I don't know what, I wanna do some broccoli and some other things out here too,
Well,
but
that's the place to do it over there.
okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna spread this stuff over here.
No.
That's what we done said it 5 times. That's where we putting the weed preventer. Because that's where you plant your collards.
Right. And it's going to kill the collards, right?
No, it's prevent seeds from germinating.
Okay, we'll put it over here.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna put it over here, and then you're gonna plant your turnips over yonder.
Right.
Right. Well, come help me for a second,
Okay.
if you can, and don't talk about no more
Troubles.
because I can't use the footage if we do. All right, hold that bag right.
Do you have any on cut footage?
What?
Was you on camera? Was that live?
Yeah.
Well, you ought not be petting.
Well, I got to cut it out,
Okay.
just like this part.
Okay.
All right, so so hold this bag for me, and let me cut it open, and let me go spread this. I'm gonna put 2 bags on this side over here, and we'll see how this stuff works. It's also fertilizer. Raccoons, I know it, raccoons got in my garage and eat this stuff because it's actually corn gluten, so it's used as animal feed, but this has nitrogen in it. No, I want to fill it up. But this has nitrogen in it too, which will help the garden, but I don't know how much it's going to help that raccoon that snuck in and ate it. But I don't really care because he's about to get on my last nerve. Can't even remember what strap goes on where. Yes, it's just tied in a knot.
That's going to hurt your back. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Heavy now.
All right, grab that camera and
Oh,
you ain't got to follow me. So we can put this out actually all back up here too. Don't want to come out all that great though.
yeah. Is that the gate open?
Yeah, I got it wide open. There we go. Now we slinging, buddy. All right, I'm gone, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, this will give us good coverage, and I'm gonna try to get up on the outside.
Go ahead, hold this camera again.
No, it's recording. But I'm gonna try to go on the outside too to prevent weeds from coming up out there, hopefully. If it works. Well, those 2 bags gave us really good coverage over here on this side where we're gonna be planting our seedlings. So, well, I shouldn't say seedlings, our starter plants. Seeds over there, mature or starter plants on this side. So we'll see if this stuff works, I don't know. But we gotta do something because the weeds that came up during this last growing season was just incredible. I'm gonna I don't think that's gonna, I ain't gonna be able to turn this one off. We wanted to turn the sprinklers on because it says to water it in after application, but I made sure to get over here on these sides to get it in the ground on this side of the garden. So if any of these crabgrass seeds drop, hopefully they won't germinate. And this too might take a couple applications as we read earlier. And this is just an experiment just to see if it'll work. I hope it does because again, it's all natural. We're just gonna have to wait and see how that works. Although I don't think it's gonna be like an immediate cure-all. But again, this is where we grow vegetables that we feed our families. And I'm just not putting chemicals out here. So we'll give it an experiment. You guys can follow along. Hit that little notifications bell down there and you can watch the future videos from the garden. Hopefully I'm gonna have more time to spend with Dad down here. And I didn't mention this to him earlier, at least not on film, because I don't think he's gonna like my idea. But tell me what you guys think. Leave me a comment on the section below if you think, I just don't think we're gardening smart down here. What I mean by that is we've got a ton of wasted space in between the sprinklers and the outside fence. And my idea, I would love to see some raised beds up against the fence, not very deep ones, but where we could plant cucumbers and any type of vining crops, let them grow up the fence. That would utilize that space better. And then out here, honestly, I think we should do a tremendous amount of raised beds. I know it'll be a bunch of work, but I think we could use some tin and then, you know, just frame that in with some treated lumber. And I want to do that for a couple of reasons. One, every time we come down here to lay out rows, we do it the old-fashioned way with string, and that's how Dad likes to do it, and I appreciate that. But it takes a lot of time. Then we've got the weed problem. Weeds popping up everywhere. If we had raised beds, we could put our compost blend in there, which is pretty, well, it is weed free because it's been composted. I mean, obviously weed seeds are going to make their way into it, but it would be a lot easier for him to go through, pick the weeds out, and then that would also elevate the vegetables up to make it easier not only on my dad, but me too. I mean, my back ain't what it used to be, and it would just, I just think it would be a fantastic idea. He's not for it just because it is going to be a bunch of work, but I think that would be so much better to have raised beds in rows just to where you could till up and down each row. That's all you'd have to maintain really. Everything else would be much easier up, you know, belt high to pick the produce and to maintain the weeds. So I don't know, what do you guys think? It would be a bunch of work, but I just think it would be a better utilization of the space. I know it would be a tremendous amount of work and materials and an initial investment, but those raised beds, even that little one at my house and the ones that I've done in the past, make gardening so much easier. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any other ideas, heck, put them down there. And if I can talk Dad into it, maybe we'll do it. But I think the key to my success in getting him to accept this raised bed idea is just to come down here and at least build the ones over by the fence. And if I could get him to let me do it, put, you know, one nice big one down through the middle and just see how he likes it. But who knows, we'll see how all that works out. But I do know this much, I know that the more you know, the more you grow. And I know I'll see you guys on the next video. I hope everyone has a fantastic afternoon, and I appreciate you watching.